My name is Clinton Wilcox. I'm a staff apologist with Life Training Institute, and I'm on the speaker board with Right to Life of Central California. And this is LifeBytes. Today I'm going to talk about an argument from bodily rights, the right to refuse argument. This argument was constructed and defended in a paper written by philosopher Judith Jarvis Thomson, and has more recently been defended and updated by philosopher David Boonin. Thomson's thought experiment is as follows. Imagine you wake up in bed next to an unconscious, famous violinist. You try to get up, but you can't. You realize you're attached at the kidney to this violinist. The doctor walks in and notices you awake and says, "Thank goodness you're awake. I never would have permitted this had I known, but this violinist is suffering from a fatal kidney ailment. The Society of Music Lovers has canvassed all possible donors and found that you are the only match. So they kidnapped you and plugged you in at the kidney to this violinist. I'd love to unplug you, but unfortunately that would kill the violinist, and violinists are people too. So I can't unplug you. But don't worry, it's only for 9 months. Then you can unplug and be on your way." Now, do you see how Thomson attempts to tie this to pregnancy and abortion? Her argument is that whether or not you have a moral obligation to remain plugged into the violinist, you should not be legally compelled to remain plugged in. The problem with this is that there are too many disanalogies, resulting in this being a false analogy. I'll cover just the three most important ones. The first disanalogy is the parent versus stranger distinction. In Thomson's violinist scenario, the violinist is a complete stranger. But in the case of pregnancy, the unborn organism is her own child. People have obligations to their own children that they don't have to complete strangers. One of these obligations is to not kill the child. The second disanalogy is the direct killing versus indirect killing distinction. If you unplug from the violinist, you are not the active agent in his death. His underlying pathology, the fatal kidney ailment, is what kills the violinist. But in the case of pregnancy, abortion is always a direct act of killing an innocent human being, which is always seriously wrong. The third disanalogy is the responsibility factor. You are not responsible for the kidney ailment the violinist finds himself with. But in the vast majority of pregnancies, the woman is pregnant due to a conscious, volitional act on the part of the woman. Since she engages in an act that creates the child and places the child in a state of dependence upon her, she bears a responsibility to give basic care to the unborn human being. So here are the three main points to remember when dealing with this right to refuse argument. The parent versus stranger distinction, the direct killing versus indirect killing distinction, and the responsibility factor. I'm Clinton Wilcox. From everyone here at Right to Life, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.